Hi guys, this is Audra at Rankin Dragon channel. I've been wanting to give you an update of my garden, but I've had a few setbacks. It all started when I wanted a pond. I wanted a pond thinking, okay, we have no place in our backyard since they're going to be doing some work back there to go below ground. So let's get an above ground pond. Then I got to researching that if you do that, that you're going to have to move the fish inside for winter. Well, I had no tanks for fish inside for winter other than my saltwater tank and my little freshwater tank, and then of course the little chi upstairs in the bathroom that I have for my betta now. So I didn't really have any place for the goldfish to go. So I thought, okay, we have a 55-gallon tank in the basement. Let's pull it upstairs and let's get that going. So that's what I did. That's what I have here. Thing was, thought I was doing really good since I had used the seeding from the other tanks, which is all the good bacteria, and started very slow with like one itty bitty inch of goldfish, and was doing really well. Then added, went slow, did everything I could do since I'm not a newbie at this. I've done this for 30 years, but wasn't really paying attention to my levels because I got a little overconfident. Me, overconfident. Yes, I got a little overconfident and thought that I was doing great. And then all my fish got ick. I ended up losing Howie, which was one of my my Blackmore that I had before, who was a real sweetie, and I lost him. The same time, with all the mild winter, I came down with the sinus infection that just would not go away. Fever wouldn't break for 4 days, and then I ended up pulling a muscle in my thigh and was in bed for over 2 weeks and using a cane. So it went downhill really fast. I don't know how anybody who just turned I'm like 42, and I just turned 40, over 40, and it's like my body fell apart. So hobbled around for a cane for a little bit, and I'm off that now. So anyway, here is my pond. I will give you a closer look. We are not doing the pond outside this year. These are the goldfish that we have. We have 5, and that's when they get big, they're going to fill up the tank, and no ponds for now. We'll keep that on the back burner for maybe another year. I can pull you in closer and we can show you the fish that I have. This is, and I'm probably going to have to move it up just a tad this way. See if we can get to him. This guy here, I don't know if that's going to be close enough. This guy here, this orange and white, these are original names, guys. Sheldon. My Blackmore beside him is Howie. That's the second Howie. The second, which is right there in the feeding ring. And then we got Penny, the little bitty white and orange one. And of course there's Sheldon in the middle. There is Raj, the little orange with the little black hair and the little black mustache on his little mouth, and he's got black fins. He's adorable. And we got Leonard, who's your calico right there. There's Leonard. And here's a good shot of Howie. It's kind of hard to see Howie, but there he is. And then with the black background that I painted. And then there's Sheldon. And a 30-second memory on goldfish can't be correct, guys. Sheldon, I swear, every time he goes back up to his feeding ring just all the time. I mean, every couple minutes he goes back up there to his feeding ring thinking food is there all day long. So he knew food was there one time, and he continually goes back. So they've got a memory longer than 30 seconds or a minute, or what they say. I have a feeling they're just like other animals. They remember what they want to remember. So anyway, this is my tank here, and I'll take you out into the garden and show you what I have out there. It's not as big as I wanted to because of the whole major fiasco that I just went through a while ago that happened to me. So, obstacles in life. Who'd think that you'd have obstacles in life? It happens to everybody. So, it is what it is, and I'm going to take you out to the garden and show you what itty bitty puny garden is that I have. But it's better than nothing, and it's my first one, and I'm proud of that. Regardless of the setbacks, I did a little bit of gardening this year. So anyway, come out with me and we'll check out the rest of it. Okay, the first thing I have out here, sorry guys, the air conditioner's on, so I'm talking a little bit loud. This pot, I planted a mammoth elephant ear. I planted it correctly in the middle. I dug down a little bit. It is growing up. It's just taking forever to reach through the soil. So I'm not sure if that one's going to come out or not. But in the meantime, I put some strawberries right here. And I've got some strawberries on them, but they were on, some of them were ready to flower whenever I bought the plant. I did not do these from seeds. The ones I have from seeds are still very small. So I put the ones in the pot here. These are the June bearing strawberries. So I put those in the pot for now, and we'll see how those are doing. If those will vine around it, I may just, you know, leave them in the whole thing and let that be a strawberry pot, because I don't know if the elephant ear is going to make it. In this pot over here, I have a loofah beginning. I'm going to have to actually trail it up somehow, but this is the beginning of a loofah gourd. And we put it in a pot because they do get invasive, so we decided to go ahead and put it in a pot instead of letting it kind of grow everywhere. So try it that way and see how it does this year. And if it does okay like that, we'll continue. If not, we may find a place for them in the yard. Okay, right here guys, I have a blackberry plant. It's a thornless variety, and the plant is very tiny. I need to start fertilizing this a lot more. But we do have lots of blackberries, it looks like, on it for this size plant. And now they've got some red ones on there. And so it's doing good. Looks like some nibbles on top, like right here. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know, something's nibbled that a little bit, but so far so good on the blackberries. Looks like we're going to get some this year, and hopefully that'll just keep on growing if I do my duty and start fertilizing it regularly and see if we can get that a lot bigger. Okay guys, this is my garden as a whole right now. There's not much to it. It's in a weird part of the yard. It's up closer to the house. I wanted to go farther out by the fence, but if you notice back there, all those trees, the town is going to be coming in, taking 18 feet of that this year. Sometime this summer, they're going to cut down all the trees, and they're going to put a huge pipe way down in the ground, 15 feet. So, to help with the drainage project. It won't really help us because we don't have a lot of water here. If you look, we're totally dry. But it'll help others, and so they're going to do that. Right here, if you go straight up, we have a very small sun patch right here above the garden, and that's where I'm actually putting the garden right now. So it's not ideal in by any means, but this is what we have, and this is what we're just making do this year. I put two stacked beds together on this side because I was having problems with things disappearing. Luke's blue tomato disappeared. There were 2 holes in there whenever I had just planted them the day before. They totally disappeared. Over here I had a pepper plant disappear on me. I don't know if something was eating it, digging it up. Even the little sticks, the little marker sticks, were like thrown out in the yard, so I don't know. Have a feeling it might have been my 2 little Yahoo dogs, but I'm not sure. I ended up with just putting 2 together to keep them out, and then I just didn't have the money to go back and buy another bed to stack them up. So I think we're just going to leave it as is. Everything seems to be staying where it's supposed to be now. Let me show you the plants that I do have. This one right here, let me move this out of the way. And I apologize having to do this by hand. But this plant right here is, if you remember my videos with my arrow garden inside, this plant right here is some of those mini cherry tomatoes from my arrow garden that was the cuttings. And my dog went right through that bed while I was talking. Okay, and so it's got actually outside, it's got a tomato. This is a cutting from my arrow garden. I'm very proud of that. I have another one over here that's the same way. Also, this here is a California Wonder Pepper. I have a couple of those in the middle there. Over here, this little guy here is a Puerto Rican oregano. It was kind of interesting. I'm not sure if it's the kind you can eat. I'm going to research some more on that and find out. But it was interesting just to look at. This is a Better Boy tomato right there. And then this is a Black Prince tomato. And this one here is the Prax. It's actually a Prax Roma. I had never known what that one was. And I kept thinking, you know, did he send me the Prax Cherry? Did he send me the Prax Romas? I wasn't sure. And I went back and looked at Ray's letter. And on the back he had actually written in pen what he had sent me. So it is the Roma. Since my daughter's Roma, I had asked for that. So that's what we got, the Prax Roma. And it is doing awesome. It's really tall and looking good. This over here, I've got some sweet basil right here. Then I've got some, let me turn this. Then right here, I've got some mini jalapenos. This is a yellow pear tomato that I found. This is some more of the Wonder Pepper. This is a Wonder Pepper. This is the peppercini that Luke sent me. And then this is a black creme tomato, an heirloom black creme. So right now, that's what I have in my garden. It's not a lot. It's a lot of peppers and a lot of tomatoes. But we should have some good salsa. Maybe later on, I would love to have watermelons, but I don't know if it's too late in the season to start some more beds out that way. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure how much my leg will hold out. If I start doing too much work, I don't want to backslide on my thigh. So we're just going to do what we can do. And this is a good start. And you see what my dog just did. Sissy, get out of there. Sissy went right through the garden bed. Let's hope this lasts a while, guys. Okay. And then I'll take you over to some starts, show you some starts on the other side of what I had restarted, just to see if I could get those going. Okay, so after those guys had got dug up over in my garden there, I went ahead and started some things from seeds. I started a Big Boy, and I restarted some more Prax Romas because I wasn't sure if that one was going to get torn up as well. I wanted to make sure that I did get that. I may not plant these. I may go ahead, since that one is doing so well. And then this here was, I don't have it marked, but this is Luke's blue tomato. It's got some cottonwoods laying on top of the dirt. But the blue tomato, I really wanted to grow. So I wanted to get maybe a 5-gallon bucket going with a Big Boy and a Luke's blue tomato going in it, so that maybe that would be something that I could do, so I don't lose out on the blue tomato. And this here is my tobacco plant. You can see all of the cottonwoods just stuck to the top of this thing. We had cottonwoods really bad. I think that was part of my sinus problems. They just were not doing well with that. But the tobacco plant has gotten really big. This was from seed that I grew inside. I'm very proud of that one. And then over here, I have in this little mushroom pot with a mushroom on it, that is some cilantro that I have going up. Since I definitely have tomatoes and I definitely have peppers, I'll get some cilantro going and we can make us some salsa in the fall. And then that little pot right there, that is a little bitty another tobacco plant that grew up taller, but it ended up the dogs knocked it over or something and I had to clip it down a little bit. So I'm letting it regrow. That's what I have right now in my garden. Hopefully I can keep that going and everybody can tune in with me on the progress of it, and let's all keep our fingers crossed. Bye guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.